Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Outback by Night. This is episode 3 recap. I am Rena. Once again, I am your storyteller, and these are the people joining me for this recap episode.
I am Adam, and I am playing Charlie in the Camarilla game.
I am Evie, and I am playing Dr. Yue in the Second Inquisition game.
I'm Matt, and I'm playing Mr. Winters in the Bahari.
I'm Melissa, and I'm playing Alice Barr in the Bahari.
And I'm Tara, and I'm playing Lorna also in the Bahari.
We are surrounded by
We
Bahari.
are surrounded
Ahi hi,
by
Lilitu.
Ahi hi, Lilitu. Soon, everyone will say it.
He am in danger.
All right, so episode 3, we are now seeing all the consequences of what has been, at least, what's been happening. I have started, as the storyteller, I have started rolling the ball, so to speak, to at least give us a bit of drama for the next upcoming episodes. So, for the Camarilla game, let's start with that. Can you do us a little bit of recap?
Yeah, sure. This is I don't I can't remember the actual title of the episode. I think of it as Deep and Meaningful. This was
Casino.
Casino.
The casino.
Yes.
Deep and meaningful
So, like,
casino.
yeah, well, I mean, it was a bunch. Okay, well, we'll do events and then I'll reflect. But it was basically the Camarilla coteries, the new coteries' arrival into Alice Springs, getting to know what their situation is, realizing that Delilah is just a baby and has nothing, including clothes or a phone. And that Jen is feeling squirrely and wants to go out on the town and feed anyway. So we split the party, which historically is sound strategy and never has repercussions.
Yay!
This time it did, though, which is a weird exception to that rule. Delilah got stranger dangered.
Just
And
completely
yeah,
ignored the red flag.
yeah, well, Jen went to, root and boot, and Delilah was alone for 15 minutes, like less than 15 minutes, tried to get a margarita because stuck in the past, I guess, and succeeded. Can you succeed failurely? I think that's definitely failingly. Definitely.
Failed
No,
successfully.
she 100% did not get to have her actual margarita. The drink was getting made at the bar. Then she got creepily barjacked by this people who were like, we were interested in your vibe. We want you to come sit with us. And she didn't really have much of an option at that point, apparently, because very threatening. And everything is bad, and we all made choices. At this point, I'm sitting in the table next to Izzy going, why did I make the Charlie choice instead of the smart choice? That's fine. Maxie and Charlie just sitting back at the Haven, having a read of some magic books, chatting about the secret shared past that they definitely did not share with anyone, even though they said maybe that they should. And then, okay, so there was a priest. You took a margarita with a priest. Look at your life, look at your choices. And turns out that priest was part of the Inquisition. So was another person who was very angry and pulled a gun on Delilah, or a knife and a gun at various points. Delilah reacted, went fast, used some celerity, and with Jen's help, when they came back downstairs, got out of Dodge, and then ditched their soft top, the Jeep that they were in, which already had shattered windows, came back, and then we had some debriefs, some emotional chats, one in which Charlie and Maxie kind of got the measure of each other to see, whether they could trust each other. One where I had so many one-on-ones in this episode, I'd forgotten, but Charlie had a one-on-one chat with Delilah to sort of be like, here's the game the Inquisition is going to play on you now, because they have their hooks in you. They're going to try to manipulate you, and a few of them are going to want to kill you no matter what. And then had a bit of a chat right at the end with Jen, who was like very cute and apologetic and like, are you mad? You mad?
Mhm. which
Uh,
delayed Charlie from
Yeah.
doing his ritual.
I took this ritual because I was like, it's not the funnest, but damn, is it practical? And I cannot seem to use it.
Mm-mm.
Time is against the Camarilla, Rena. Time is against us.
Oh, don't worry, you've got plenty of time now.
I remember watching this episode and getting up to Delilah in the bar and going, wow, these guys seem like swingers. Oh, no, not swingers. Abort, abort, abort.
Incense swingers, you know.
I did love the description of the Asian Snape.
Oh yeah.
Just instant image in my brain, like, yep, okay, I can see him.
See, it's perfect.
Another
Yeah.
classic opportunity for old man Charlie and Maxie both to be like, who?
I do not get this reference.
Yeah, and I think I've said this over and over and again, but I am so emotionally invested in the Camarilla episodes. My poor Dee Dee, like all she wanted was the margarita and Nick Minute.
Yeah.
Neck
Fail,
minute,
Billy.
indeed.
I swear, when I was storytelling that episode, all I can think of is that video of the guy swinging the big red flag.
My sister
Just
in
everywhere.
Christ.
I'm sitting
My
there on the
sister.
I'm sitting there at the table going like, I built Charlie for this moment, and he is not there.
Womp,
He is
womp,
just-
womp,
He is reading his books and not helping the baby.
So having
Oh.
such a great time. I think Maxie and Charlie were having such a great time.
Yeah, just great, just chilling, reminiscing on darker days.
It's like when you pan the camera towards Charlie and Maxie, it's all like nice song, like tranquil song.
Oh, was that lambskin binding? Is that what that is?
It's amazing. And then we
1875.
and then we move the camera to Delilah and Jen, who is just like fight music.
I feel like it's that
anxiety.
scene from Kill Bill where she goes into the other assassin's house and they're like fight music and they're punching and trying to stab each other, and then the daughter comes in and everyone puts their knives behind their backs and it's very quiet and calm and, oh, hey sweetie, how you going? And then the daughter leaves and it's on like Donkey Kong again. It was
Yeah.
so beautifully orchestrated, Raina.
I just tried to think of what would my players do, and they decided to do exactly what I have assumed they would do, which is split the party.
Unlike
No.
many other storytellers who do try to anticipate their players, and then their players go off in an entirely different direction.
Oh, I didn't expect them to actually go to the casino. That's one thing that I did not expect, because the casino event is not supposed to happen till later on, but then they stumbled upon it and I'm like, okay, I'll just give it to
Wow.
you then.
We were thwarted by the nothingness that was the nightlife scene. In
Yeah.
Alice Springs at that point. They're like, what is open? You're like, this one den of iniquity.
Welcome to Alice Springs.
Yeah. Tinder brought us there.
I did also write a note about one, Charlie and Alice should get together and talk books,
Oh, shouldn't we?
because I think you might like some of the ones that I've got in my collection if they haven't been ruined by people.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet.
And two, I really, really like how you play Charlie skirting around a direct answer so beautifully. It seems like he's answered your question, but has he really?
Oh, I appreciate
As
that.
Charlie thought about going into politics.
Charlie has no charisma. Like, not at all his thing.
That's what
But-
backbenchers are for. That's what the filler seats in the Senate and the Legislative Assembly of Victoria are for. That's where you put the machine men who can do that kind of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
if there's one thing that is pure agony for Charlie, it's being seen. I mean, and quite literally. He does not enjoy that.
Sounds like Charlie should be on the Sombra.
I could put literally half the Senate in front of you and you would not be able to pick any of them out of
Oh,
line.
I believe you 100% on that front. But you know, yeah, I don't know. I enjoy the dynamic of like the difference between getting to play Charlie in Elysium, where he is irritable, surly, quiet, you know, responding when spoken to, but not wanting to engage beyond that, versus like in a one-on-one situation like this episode. Like it sort of let me feel both of those aspects out when he could feel comfortable.
Very nicely done. I did appreciate the dichotomy there.
Thanks. It was I mean, I know like I'm constantly self-censoring because we filmed several episodes ahead now, but rewatching this episode for this recap was quite poignant for me because of all those one-on-one connections sort of getting formed in it, and in light of things that happen next, which I will not talk about. It was extra extra nice just to be like, oh yeah, here's that moment where seeds of that were planted.
I'm going to get destroyed.
That's
If you're invested
why-
now,
That's
tie your
why
boots.
That's why I keep asking, like, did you notice it yet?
Hmm?
Oh, I keep asking the Second Inquisition group that, and they're like,
No.
no, nothing's out of place. I'm like, okay.
If the main quest was the mines, we have completely ditched that and then went side quest galore.
Oh, the main quest has been with you all along.
Oh wow, okay. that kind of makes me feel better, but not really.
And then now they're gonna question, what? Which one is the main quest?
They're all the main quest.
They're all main quests.
Big brain storyteller talk in there.
And some of the stuff with the Camarilla, I hated having to cut it short, mainly because we were short on time. Like I wanted to get you guys to keep talking, keep on making bonds, because that's what Vampire is about.
But they're more fun for you as a storyteller to destroy when they're really well formed.
Oh, that too. But to be
If I'm knocking
fair,
over a sandcastle that's just like a little pile of sand, you've got to find one that someone's like built up over the course of a couple of hours using several buckets and probably some icy poles for internal structural support. They're the fun ones to kick over.
but to
My
be
God,
fair,
real Bahari theory right there.
And this is a very Bahari group right now. That's why.
Yeah, we're overwhelmed.
But yeah, to be fair, the Camarilla group, when I did ask them what they wanted drama, and I'm like, okay, I can give drama. I think never tried. Well, yeah, okay, I can make drama.
Yeah.
I think they got their wish.
Yeah. No comment. Redacted.
Comment expunged.
I was just watching it today, Rena, and I have to say I caught a moment that I had forgotten about, but might be one of my favorites in the episode. It was between you and I when at some point, right when Delilah and Jen come back, Charlie asks her to check her pockets, see if there's anything in there that shouldn't be. And I happened to make eye contact with you then, Rena, and I watched you make a face that I make when I'm DMing. And it was like, oh, like for a moment where it was like, and I didn't know if I was like, oh, I got her. Like I caught something that I wasn't supposed to this early, or like, ooh, here's a chance to like drop a nugget, but it made me very excited.
No, I love that because that was so in character for Charlie, but at the same time, complete brilliance from the player, because I would have never thought of that. But that is just such a
And you're in the SI. You're thinking about this.
Which is very on brand.
now.
To be fair, as well, like that also happened in the Bahari episode, which is like I think the SI is the only people who hasn't been checking anything.
No, we have. We keep on asking. Well, I keep asking Joe, which plays Trist, to be like, can you please just check everything? And every time I've asked him that, he is like, oh, no worries. I am the one that's doing all the bug planting. If there are bugs, they are my bugs. I'm like, okay.
Don't feel better now.
Yeah,
Paranoia and always needing to watch your back and feeling like you could get stabbed from any direction is, obviously has been a theme of vampire games for like 30 years at this point. But I feel like no character embodies that like constant paranoia, that constant checking of the back quite the way that Charlie does.
Yeah.
You're like an edgy rescue dog.
No, it's true. And like I think a lot of like one of the like obviously COVID delayed us for various reasons, but one of the luxuries of that was getting to just imagine so many scenarios that Charlie would have lived through, like in his past as a soldier and with the Camarilla and all this. And we got to play some one shots where we got to test things out and like
which
I have
that like the I don't think anybody outside of the group knows this. But in one of those one shots, Charlie and the whole Camarilla coterie was beaten by a door.
yeah, it's so classic. Like
Oh my god.
obviously
Such
this
a trope.
is that's never happened in a tabletop game.
It's just one closed door.
My god,
Was
we
it a
took
regular door?
an hour to get from one end of the hallway to the next, checking all the other doors.
They were super scared to go through. I just explained to them there's a long hallway, there's doors on both sides of this hallway. Some of them
to be
open.
fair, you were like there was multiple disciplines that give you the vibe of a place, and everyone, the response was like, it feels wet, like, mushy, like off, wrong, eldritch, horrifying. We're like, let's not go through that door for a minute. Let's find everything else. That's where the game was, on the other side of the door. Oh my god! And our dice were drunk that game. Like it was like we knew it was like not fully canon, and we were just playing loose and just messy criticals left, right, and center. And so, but it was lovely because it was like I get to see Delilah when she's pushed to her limit, and everyone sees what happens to Charlie if he's going to frenzy and all that stuff. And it's fun to have all that in the background, even if I'm revising some details. I know when this comes up in game, I'm like, this is first response. Like it's a bit more instinctive.
Yeah.
Nice to have those opportunities to feel out character options before you're actually in front of the camera.
Oh, and rebuild the sheet. God,
Yeah.
an embarrassing number of Charlie character sheets that I've made.
You guys have no idea how many times Adam sent me sheets. It's almost the same as Joel.
No,
We should swap
Really?
notes at some point because the amount of times I've edited Alice would be, I think, comparable.
Yeah, I believe you. We have the same disease, you and I think.
Perfectionism's a disease.
Well, depends on how perfectionist you are. Do you want
Looking
to
at
improve
Alice,
it about yourself?
not very.
I love the perfectionist of this group, though. I just put something out of place for a bit, and then it's just like magically fixed.
Yeah, total magic.
Yeah, I fixed our Pinterest board as well. I'm like, oh no, must get into section.
The Pinterest ate me alive, but we'll make a little announcement at the end of this.
Before we move on, can we talk about that outro?
Yeah.
Prince
Ooh.
Saracen, the sneaky, sneaky serpent that he is.
Big banana himself.
What's he up to? What is he up to? I don't trust him.
Nobody
Yeah.
trusts the prince. Nobody trusts a prince. Any prince.
Yeah, but
What kind of-
especially this one.
Yeah, hard and fast rule. No one trusts your prince ever.
Oh, but I like Saracen. He's so
I'm
fun.
so-
You can like
Oh,
someone and still not
I'm-
trust them.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, he's sus.
Yeah,
Like,
I
there's
think we
a-
should vote him off.
Look, there's a reason when Maxie was like, one more thing, do you have any questions for me? The question Charlie had was, what do you think of the prince? It's like, yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like, I know, sort of like me, the player, I know some of Maxie's deal just from talking to Kai, but Charlie has a very different set of data points than I do. So I was like, for Charlie right now, it's all about watching Maxie's face, seeing if it looks like he has a fear response, or like they're suppressing something, or like it's hard to answer. And yeah, it was a fun test because like no, Saracen is so sus, and like this is like every Camarilla domain, like a marriage of convenience between all parties, and yeah, don't vibe it.
I wonder what you all think about the prince individually, as not the player, as not the character, but as the player. When you watch the Camarilla, just the Camarilla game, without putting into like not putting your individual experiences into the mix.
So our perspective just from what we've gathered in game.
From what you've watched from the Camarilla episodes.
Right. Okay. Douche canoe.
Interesting.
I think it's overly filled out yet. Like there's hints, particularly obviously in the outro, that like they're more than just, you know, generic Prince number 187, but there's still hints at this point, right? Where we know there's more to him than just, you know, Ponzi boy loves to run his little domain. But it's all kept quite in the background so far. So a lot of curiosity seeing where it's going to go.
Oh, I love Saracen so much.
Yeah, I'm leery of saying too much since my perspective is informed by later episodes to an extent. But
I know exactly how you feel.
I can say even like from at the beginning of the season, I do remember when working out Charlie's backstory and like learning about some of the things it means to be a Banu Hakim and like the laws of Hakim, and deciding to what extent I wanted Charlie to be invested in those things. And I thought, look, if he's in Sydney where this sort of independent policy is being had and it's kind of permissive, then if Charlie's survived in the ranks this long, it kind of must be because Saracen knows how to keep under the table, and above board. And I think that's kind of a bare minimum with Charlie a little bit. So it's like sometimes the less I know about this guy, the better. And so it doesn't have to come to open confrontation. Yeah, I also imagine Saracen's a master manipulator. So like the assignments he would have given Charlie, I'm sure are very carefully chosen and like not, you know, yeah. I think he just makes Charlie so uneasy and a bit guilty, if I'm honest. I think Charlie would feel pretty guilty about serving his interests sometimes, but it's kind of this is the evil I can tolerate for the moment sort of.
Yeah. Oh man, the Camarilla story has been interesting. It's for me when I wrote it, it's one of the most emotional storylines. Second Inquisition is more of the investigative storyline in which you learn more about the world by building it from ground up, from scratch, from what you know, what you learn. The Bahari is not even supposed to be there.
And yet here we are.
This is supposed to be the mystery, and now
Try and get rid of us, Rena. Try. I dare you. I double dare you.
I mean, they can leave.
Bahari are just like, well, fuck all of this. Bye.
I mean, all their stuff is being resolved by.
I think something I've enjoyed about having done so many of the Camarilla episodes and not having watched some of the other ones yet before doing that is that I get to have like this pure surprise during our episodes about things, and I'm really in the dark. I'm not having to play that meta game of like what Adam knows on that front and what Charlie knows. But then when I come and watch these episodes and come up, I'm like, that's why that happened. Which I love. Yeah, like in fact, watching this Bahari episode for reasons I will not go into, I saw a choice that was made and I was like, well, that makes a few things make sense.
Oh, and that's the joy of it. You can just watch one point of view, then not watch the others. But if you want a bigger understanding of the whole lore and story, you can watch the others. You guys can mix and match.
Yeah, I think it would be an interesting thing for people who end up coming across this in months or years' time as an experiment to just watch them as a thread instead
Yeah.
of one after the other. Like, I'd be curious to
Oh,
know.
That's the
yeah.
Oh,
entire
yeah.
story for
That would be a
like, I
very-
don't know of anyone who's doing that or who would want to as we are.
But you wouldn't want to now,
but-
right?
Yeah, because it's like
Not
really
that easy.
slow.
Yeah, it's a cool thought
That's
experiment, I think.
my plan in between seasons is to go back and watch them as
Like a-
threads.
It's like the people who recut like EPUB editions of the Game of Thrones books to have all of one point of view characters chapters in one order.
Mm.
Again, don't know of anyone who's tried reading it from scratch like that, but fuck, it'd be interesting.
Oh man, trying to keep everything in the same similar timeline, keeping everyone's decisions. I have so much notes. I don't know where some of them are.
You must have a red string board that takes up 4 walls at this
I
point.
do not bloody
right?
envy it, I tell
Yeah,
you
no.
what.
Yeah, I do not envy your position.
But it is fun because I am telling the story in the past, present, and future, and you don't know which one it is until the pin drops.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it drops.
It dropped this
Shut
Episode
up,
3.
future boy.
I'm just telling you. Someone who sees the Matrix, it's a little different.
Well, to all the to all the listeners right now, the Camarilla is way ahead of everybody else right now. Second Inquisition and the Bahari are proceeding in the same similar pacing.
Hmm.
The Camarilla is almost done. That's why they know what's gonna happen with the story, and they are under oath to not say anything to prevent
Not
any
unlike a
surprises.
wizard, the Bahari will arrive when they are meant to.
Fashionably late.
Yes.
As always.
I can tell you what, I am extremely curious to watch both groups' later episodes having experienced ours.
Ooh.
Hmm.
All I will say is that prepare your hearts. That's all I could say.
No.
I keep
When
mine in jars on the shelf. Should I get them
Mm.
all down?
Is that
yeah,
what's
I mean
protecting
that-
you from wooden doom right now?
So let's move on. That's closing the Camarilla Coteries point of view recap. Believe we'll go on to the Second Inquisition's point of view recap with Evie telling the story.
Ooh. Wow, we have had quite the adventure. At first, we kind of realize, or should I say, Talon realizes that we are actually being framed for what has went wrong, which is the death of the extraction team. And then after that, we're on the run, but no one's really pursuing us. And we come across the crash site that is the extraction team. And then after some finagling with the officers, we managed to get ourselves clearance. But then, very surprisingly, might I add, one of the people that Tris manages to piss
Annoy?
off is actually Jeff's dad.
Yeah.
And he was not taking any of he was just not taking any bullshit. He basically pinned Trist to the ground and had this, and which kind of led off to like Trist having this little moment where he kind of collects his dignity piece by piece. And kind of
Everyone broke down laughing at that point.
like poor guy, like he was just I think he was about to cry. He went back to the van and he had a little bit of like a talk with himself before writing to what would be Jeff's mom and then prolonging Jeff's dad's retirement. So I thought that was so very, very in character.
Oh.
But like and then Talon had this lovely little heart-to-heart with Jeff's dad, and might I add that I think everything went very well on that front. He gave us the location of this safe house, which actually 7 was at. So that's a lovely surprise. And then we circle back to what Dr. Yue was doing all this time, which was trying to communicate with the sectors. That was what the parish extraction team became. So I was trying my absolute best to at least get some sort of information out of these sectors, but just unfortunately, they were very determined to repeat only a single line, which is the world is ending and we can do nothing about it. So that left a pretty big cliffhanger. And then at the end of the episode, we actually got a surprise letter from Maxie, dropped off by 9. Which
Everyone made fun of.
yeah, which everyone made
The
fun of.
Camaria's fallen
That was
angel.
that was such a well-written letter.
Sorry.
So on brand.
Yeah, that was
so on brand.
On brand.
It's rare that you have like 4 players on screen and get to see, 3 players on screen and get 4 perfect character moments.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I
so
was
yeah,
crying.
we are going to meet up with Maxi next episode, which we have already filmed, and I will keep my lips sealed about that. But we had such an amazing time. Kai is a phenomenal player, and yeah, which I think we all got some very good character moments out of that, as well as great story progression.
Ooh.
Ew.
Story progression.
The storyteller like, oh, story progression is okay.
Yeah. Just wait. I'm just waiting for the pin to drop, which is gonna be soon. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very looking forward to this Sunday where we will be filming with
As this
As
drops,
this
in fact.
drops.
You'll be in the middle of the pin dropping. On air.
Yeah. So while this episode is airing, can you tell something to future you, who is currently in the middle of the pin drop?
Oh God, I am. I would say that compared to, well, I mean, at this particular point in time, I think shit has not hit the fan for any of the groups yet. So I feel like we're we just had a lovely meeting with Maxie, and we're all fine and dandy. Oh God, I'm going to regret this, aren't I? But we're feeling great, It's amazing.
Yeah. But for the Second Inquisition, the pin drop is actually 2 parts for them. Actually, 3-part. Now that I think about it, it's a 3-part drop.
So we get to hit the floor first, and then we can get out our shovels and continue digging.
It's like
Yeah.
Inception.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
You end up in limbo.
It's gonna be. I swear, it's gonna be fun. Because one thing that Evie has been telling me is the fact that she's more invested with the Camarilla than their own story, which is I'm like, just wait for it.
Oh God, I love the found family dynamic of the Camarilla, but also I think I'm a bit biased because my hospital BFF Delilah is in there.
Oh my God. I was messaging Izzy watching this episode and I was like, your head was in that bag for so long. Sitting there. It was even in the second half of the episode. And she was like, I know, I was trying so hard not to laugh.
That bag is just.
It would just be jiggling. But yeah, she's just sitting there black bagged for like 20 minutes or something. Hearing
I
everything.
would have drifted off and had a nap, honestly. You hear me snoring.
That's torpor.
Can we point out Trist's most amazing line thus far? When he's talking with 9 and goes, oh no, there's a 3rd Inquisition. I thought, mwah, yes, that's Trist right there.
I love Trist. He is so funny.
Such a good. I actually, so for listeners, Alice played in a one shot with the SI, and there was so much sarcasm between Trist and Alice. It was glorious. It fueled my soul as a player, and I am very upset that the Bahari and the SI haven't been able to play together.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm so looking forward to when Alice and Trist meet again.
And I think
Unlike Donkey Kong,
because,
baby.
like, you know, in the Camarilla, there's all of that, pompous bureaucracy that's associated with that. And, in the Bahari, we've got our ritualism, which can have a bit of pompousness to it as well. And the SI, you've not only got like the bureaucracy, pompousness, you've also got the bureaucracy of banality,
Ineptitude.
It was made a couple of, the joke they made that it was like, office cafeteria, politics level stuff. And so the way that Joel's just able to completely puncture that balloon so well makes him a joy to watch in your episodes.
Absolutely.
Episode 3 is when we see the handler as well, if I remember correctly. The handler of Talon. Vera.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question about that, but not here. What is Talon being punished for?
Oh, we will find it out
I want to know
later
now.
on. It's gonna be a spoiler, but even like Evie will find it out later on. None of the other players know about what's happening with Mr. Talon, considering Mr. Talon is the most Inquisition fanatic. What's the proper word?
I am very looking forward to finding out a bit more about Mr. Talon, because I feel like he wants to give off the vibe that he is an onion. When you peel back the layers.
He's not a parfait. You don't hear nobody saying, hell no, I don't want no parfait.
I can buy Talon being an ogre, though.
But when you peel back the layers, it brings you tears. And then when you get to the center, you realize that there is no center. There is no heart.
And then
that's all it is.
Like,
peeling back the layers, all it is.
I mean, have you been skinning Talon?
But
no,
yeah,
I
that's
would
a
actually
really
like to
interesting.
Are you
believe
telling me
he
that
is
Talon
one-
has no red center?
Oh.
That's
Meta
a
law.
really interesting point. The fact that like he's the only one who seems like so properly committed to the cause and the purpose in a way that that Trist and Yue are not. Like,
are absolutely not.
No.
I think Talon is also being played very well by Aston, and he because in a sense I am the consultant, and Trist is kind of there because he is forced to be there. So our loyalty to the cause is hanging on by a very loose and very thin thread about to snap. We're basically duct taped together, whereas Talon really, he is off the Inquisition. The Inquisition is him. If anything, he is going to climb that Inquisition ladder, and I am so excited.
I was going to say, Dr. Yue and Trist seem to be there for the paycheck alone, but then I realized there is no paycheck.
We don't get paid.
There is supposed to be. Oh, don't worry. Pin drop soon. But yeah, with that episode too, because Joel's not here to say his part of the rant, but I have heard enough that I know his part of the rant about this episode. The fact that him, as Joel, the player, has told the other players that, oh, we need to be stealthy about this. We're on the run, we need to be stealthy. And then Dr. Yue just casually walks into the cafeteria, grabs a blood bag,
Grab some
egg sandwiches with the blood bag, and Triss is trying to be stealthy, trying to grab Eski, anything that can be useful against Faye, all these creatures, all these evil beings. And then Talon goes straight to the management.
Yeah, he doesn't get anything.
Company
Does
man.
he even get clothing? He doesn't have one.
My money is still on he's a robot.
I'm pretty sure Talon is a robot. But yeah, Trist was just like, Are you kidding? Have you guys ever been on the run before?
Yeah, at which point I was like pointing to the open roads, like on the run where, being pursued how? Like there's no one after us. Yet.
I feel like
And this is why the question continues. Have you noticed it yet? Because one of the things that I did tell the Camarilla group is you guys haven't done any insight checks at all. And once they started doing that, all the shit has been dropping.
Oh God. Okay. Note to self: do more inside checks.
Oh no, you guys need
Delilah
to do
did
more
one on
awareness
Charlie.
checks.
Oh yeah, those two. Jeez. I find it fun when being given the chance to reward another player's role at the table. Like it's like a little mini GM moment of being like, okay, well, what would they notice? It's like, what does he let slip? Or what's the vibe kind of thing. It's a fun, because like it is fun to make that role play choice as well, but sometimes it's really satisfying to be like, oh no, I'll let the dice decide and then maybe it'll surprise me. That'll be fun.
At least for me as the storyteller, I would let the players, I let you guys just do your thing. And I don't know if I make you guys roll a lot in terms of stuff, but when I know that something important is coming up, that's when I do make you roll. But if you as the player actually make a really good argument against another like NPC, I just let you have it. It's like it's the reward for being such a good role player.
Note to self. My dice have not been liking me.
Well, it's also that like we do a good enough job getting ourselves in trouble that I feel like we earn it.
Speak for yourselves.
Oh yeah, well.
I feel like the Bahari haven't really gone anywhere. We've been in one little area, but that's about to change.
Oh yeah, the people causing the trouble would feel that way, wouldn't they?
Up.
No
Look,
comment.
at the beginning of the SI episode, Rena said something very important. Truth is slippery, often conditional and subject to change when you view it from a different perspective. So what you see from the Camarilla as truth and you know, the Bahari causing all of the bullshit that's going on may not actually be the truth, Charlie.
Oh, I've heard of moral relativism. Gonna have to write a better essay for this persuasion check.
It's okay. Give me a second, guys.
You know what else I see at the beginning of every episode? Hell is open and the devils are broke loose, or something like that.
Everybody.
Oh, people are noticing the stuff I've been dropping hints since the beginning of this whole story.
Rena, when we finish the season, I will show you all of my notes. Red string ain't got nothing on me, let me tell you.
We should have been calling these Red String by Night the whole time.
That's a great recap title.
Yep.
No,
I
was
love
so happy when I saw you using that quote because it is one of my favorites. The hell is empty and all the devils here. I've been since band that I like used it for a title of one of their albums, and I looked into it back in the mid 2000s. I want to say like, oh yeah, this fool, I like what's going on here.
Yeah, it's like one of the things as well, because guess whose theme is all about Yama, all the demons. Don't you run away from here.
Definitely the Camarilla. I mean, have you seen them?
Charlie's big into Dante's Inferno. It's adjacent.
Honestly, shit slaps.
It's good. It's true. Hard.
No, yeah, I am both as a player and also as a character very looking forward to meeting my elders in game and just diving a little bit more about a bit more, because I think this is a spoiler, so I won't say it, but looking forward to meeting some Shen, which is kind of like supernatural or spiritual entities that's a part of the equation lore. So I'm quite excited for that to eventually become a thing.
That's in the future.
Okay. Teased.
I am working on a lot of things.
That's not fucking ominous.
But yeah, oh man, Second Inquisition. I still love the fact that you guys didn't put the two and two together till later on that that's Jeff's dad.
It's funny. I'm thinking back to what we were talking about before about the overlaps between the three groups, and faith made me think of it because I was like, oh, because the Bahari and the Inquisition, to an extent, kind of have their own faith that motivates them or belief. And the Inquisition and the Camarilla both have order, right? And they're like about kind of like organization, bureaucracy, and levels and stuff like that. And then the Camarilla and the Bahari both have this kind of like superiority about them as well, where they're like,
there is no
this
like
is the way
about
things-
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So, but it's funny to me that like I'm imagining this kind of triangle, and it's like you can put any two groups at any one of those points, and they have these overlaps together. I find it really interesting because it's just the Spider-Man meme of them all pointing at each other, being like, "You're the corrupt one. No, you're the hypocrite. No, you're the."
I'm seeing like a truthless Venn diagram comic in my head right now.
Yeah. Yeah. The question is, what's at the center? Because I think
Probably
that
red.
Bleeding Earth.
the part
that sounds like a great story. We should totally
Yeah, it
do
does,
that.
man.
that slaps. Wow.
It's
The
fun
heart
just
of
'cause
Australia is bleeding. That sounds like a great slogan.
it's just so tilted from what often I feel like when reading adventures, and I'm not as well versed in the deep lore of VTM as many even in our group, but it's usually about anarch strife against the Camarilla, or it's about an individual group against the Inquisition. It's just the three body problem. Right?
I feel like in a normal game, be it vampire, wraith, whatever, you've got your player group pitched against at least one other group, and the other group are definitely the baddies, and you should totally deal with them and stuff like that. But the intricacy of our game is such that everyone's the baddie and everyone's the goodie and everyone's corrupt and everyone's pure, like all at the same time. It's like, where
I don't know, man. The second Inquisition group is like sociopaths.
Purity
have you
can
met
be-
the Bahari?
I think maybe with Purity, it's like that kind of faith side of it, though. Like Talon is through and through an Inquisition man, and like he has suspicions about other people within the Inquisition, but it's not because it's about individuals having beef. It's like, I understand this faith and you don't, or I understand this business and you don't.
For him,
I
it's
feel
very
like
much
you're not really committed to sparkle motion, and I am.
Yeah,
that's 100% it. Oh my god, yes. And Talon is definitely dance lead.
I feel like watching the Bahari episodes, like as much snark and sarcasm as there is interpersonally, like a lot of the faith reads as quite genuine, even if it's for different reasons. Like my read on Alice was that like she does want more power and does admire Lilith in this way, but it's not so much about going to church. That's my like spectator interpretation.
That's an interesting take, but not quite right.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh man. For one last like remark for Second Inquisition, Dr. Yue, if only you rolled if you rolled a bit higher, you would have known something.
No.
But the fact that you were stuck on the cursed seat, cursed chair.
Oh no. Yeah, my dice has been performing a lot better lately now that we've moved away from the curse chair.
Yeah, and now it's people cursing the storyteller and being fixed by Boba. Boba fixes everything. Confirmed.
Oh, Boba does indeed fix
Boba
everything.
and canonically chicken nuggies.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know why it became canon. I think I said it too many times.
Well, it was sushi
Well,
there for a bit.
Yes.
Feeding Rena was a major thread of our day planning in the first few episodes.
We've
Because
lost
of-
fingers.
No, it's not just me. It's gonna be Matt and everybody else playing as well because the stomach growling is the biggest threat.
I put my hand up as one of the worst people for that because it takes me 2 hours to put my makeup on and I have to drive for about an hour and a half to get to the studio. So I eat at 6 o'clock in the morning and I get to the studio for a 12 o'clock shoot and we finish when we finish, and then I get home and I have to take everything off my face before I can eat again. So yes,
respect the
at
game.
least halfway through shooting,
Madness.
I
my
literally
stomach's
could not do that. I would.
Which is
Respect
why we
Yeah.
got
so
that
much.
amazing photo of you trying to drink boba.
Look, I did not factor this in when I got Alice new teeth, that they're at the front of her face, and as such, she cannot eat from the front of her face. Everything has to be off to the side.
But yeah, moving on. Let's go to the Bahari episode 3.
Interrogation.
Woohoo.
Who wants to give the recap? Shall I? Because I've got my notes in front of me.
Yes.
I like how fast that. I like how fast you
I
answered.
think that's the most decisive thing Winters has ever said.
Avoided that responsibility, thank God.
So we got to interrogate Doodlebug, the now crispy Doodlebug,
God.
with the, I guess, admirable tool of Dash's badness, which is now a canon term for her general blood sorcery shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
Doodlebug was very reticent to come forward and give us any details. Bloody Banu Hakim.
Yeah.
But eventually, after we'd burnt half of his legs, he started talking. Wasn't very forthcoming with any real tenable details, but we'll use what he gave us. He did say the earth is bleeding and no one's investigating, which, I'm sorry, yes, we are. Just we're not getting caught like him. He got grabbed in the salt mines, which is a bit of an indicator to the Bahari team. We saw a Tremere use Dagon's call, which was kind of delightful.
Love that as a character moment, just specifically choosing Banu Hakim sorcery specifically to fuck with him.
Delicious.
Oh.
I feel like, so the first episode with the Camarilla, we saw Dasha give some inclination of her power and why she's where she is. But I feel like this was the episode where we saw the strategizing of her using her blood sorcery. So after using Dagon's call and after Doodlebug evading it, is evading answering stuff directly just a Banu Hakim thing? I feel like it is.
No comment.
Checks out.
Next question, please.
Yep. I will be taking no questions at this time. So we saw Dasha basically harness the power of 3 separate things: Blood Leash, Submerge Directive, and Rationalize. Poor Doodlebug. Poor Doodlebug.
Just about got etch-a-sketched.
Man, if vampires needed their noodle, his noodle would be baked. Poor darling. Anyway, he got staked again because he wasn't being helpful enough. That kid, wow, his heart is just going to be perforated. We saw Alice trying to check in with someone called Jasmine. We saw Dasha touch base with her Tremere colleagues for some research on a tree ? And get back a very interesting answer. Or is that a spoiler? I think that might be a spoiler.
That is a spoiler.
Redacted.
No, it's okay. It's like a very interesting answer, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then Winters and Alice went on a bit of a road trip to go and pick up a certain somebody. We found out that Alice is good at hiding, but maybe not that good, ?
Yeah, I kind of
There's
forgot that some of the Second Inquisition have actual talents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Buddy.
Use them. They're not all entirely useless.
It's called true fate. It's called natural talent.
It's called being
It's called
a suspicious
Alice
fool.
is dead. We also found out, contrary to Alice's suspicions, that the Camarilla may not have been somewhere, which has set her kill bell alarms going off in her head. And
yeah, because the first earlier episodes, Jasmine did say that there's a person here calling themselves Maxi Seraph.
Yep, which is when Alice dropped the lips like a brioche bun comment.
Delicious.
The malice
Nom, nom, nom.
continues.
Alice forever.
Oh dear. And yeah, I feel like I've forgotten some stuff. What have we forgotten? What happened in that episode?
I feel like most of it was those two conversations, the one with Doodlebug and then the one with Delilah.
Yeah, poor Delilah. Surprise! Guess what? What the fuck's going on? This just seems to be a recurring theme in Delilah's life.
These are your new friends: Gaslight, Gatekeep, and Girl Boss.
Very, very that.
I think she's
I
adjusting
feel
nicely.
like those three would fit the three factions so much.
Oh
I
yeah.
think Gaslight is definitely Bahari. Girl Boss is probably
Camarilla's definitely Gatekeep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say Camarilla is
Girl Boss.
Gatekeep, SI is Gaslight, and we're Girl Boss.
Yeah,
that
hell
tracks.
yeah.
No.
Maybe gaslighting not our particular SI group, but the SI in general.
In
Yeah,
general,
you guys are you're the gaslightees rather than the gaslighters.
Yeah, these are your parents. JK, not actually.
But I must say, I do not trust Tara one bit when she said to Delilah, yeah, we're all in the same boat. Like, I'm trying to take care of you. You're my daughter. Blah blah blah.
Said by a sire who dropped off the child with the Camarilla.
In the box, dropping it off to the cam.
Are you saying that we're not trustworthy, Evie? Is that what I am? I am hurt.
Ignites
genuinely-
blowtorch.
Hey, whoa, I did not touch the blowtorch. I had my hand on the handcuffs at all times.
Yeah, you're too busy handcuffing someone to a gimpy tree.
Exactly.
Look, Alice has an agenda and she's going to follow it to the letter, all right?
To be fair, I think one of the most genius parts of this, which is also what happened with the Camarilla, which is checking Delilah.
Yep.
That's it. In a later episode, but let me tell you, things fell about exactly as they needed to for that to be a concern.
Yeah, Mr. Winters actually surprised me, Matt. You surprised me. You went I will actually check if there are any trackers on Delilah. I'm like, doing some
Yeah.
actual stuff here.
I
Full of
thought,
surprises.
and here's where Winters earns his paycheck.
It's the one paycheck the Inquisition pays, apparently.
It's like this was too easy. Like, what's wrong here?
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, wait.
Trying to break that
We-
incompetent Second Inquisition mold over here.
We
Okay.
saw teenagers again. The real
Yeah.
evil is teenagers all along.
That's true.
They were intimidating AF.
Teenagers are scary. Teenagers has won twice.
Yeah.
Teenagers are the actual fourth group of the story.
You can
I
tell
would
it's a
love
group
it
of
if
people
you've been
raised on
running
Scooby-Doo.
another group of just Kids.
Meddling
I mean, I
kids.
can.
Oh my god, it's kids on bikes.
Yeah.
Kids on bikes.
Or is it
just
kids in
messing up
utes given?
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I feel like supernaturals will be defeated by just a bunch of teenagers.
I mean, it's the whole subgenre.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Stranger Things in the Red Center. I love it. We also found out that there's a connection between Alice and Aline.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
Mm.
very
Yes.
surprised by that.
Hi, bitches! Alice is more than one dimension.
Yeah, there's a couple of like real soft spots there. I mean, I thought the
Not for you.
relation.
Shut up.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. And Charlie's good at stabbing those. But the Alice's relationship with Nine, I feel like has a real gooey center to it, in spite of the, it's like fierce mama bear energy, but also
I don't know, man. You weren't there. I feel like Nine had suddenly had like 3 moms. And I as the storyteller not playing Nine, I as the storyteller slipped up because Tara kept asking questions in a very very mom way. And I'm just like, oh shit, I slipped up. This kind of now.
no, it's really
I
wholesome,
loved
though.
watching Rena's face as Alice was calling Nine. Like Alice went, oh wait, I gave her a telephone. I can call her. Why have I been waiting to see where she's at? Yeah, watching
She wasn't
Rena's
answering her
face.
phone.
I wasn't calling her.
I thought we tried before and she didn't answer.
No, I didn't. I don't think I did.
Disregard me then.
If I did, I stand corrected, but I don't think I did because I didn't leave any messages.
Oh no, Alice sent her flies.
Yeah, I sent her flies and nothing happened. The flies. No, there is definitely Mama Bear energy in Alice. I can't remember who I was talking to, but Alice has a soft center if you're on her list. And if you're not on her list, you do not see that.
Soft center by Matt.
No, not even. It's like a sliver. It's a chocolate coated almond sliver. But yeah, if you're not on her list, you are definitely off the list. That being said, I'm playing Alice as a very different mother to me personally in my life. And it's breaking my heart. I'm exceedingly strict as a person when I'm parenting, but as Alice, I'm like, I'm very angry at you when you're totally grounded, but of course you can go to the party. It's totally fine. Here, take some cash. Like, it's just, I make decisions as Alice, parent Alice, that Melissa parent is just going, what are you doing? No, this is not correct behavioral reinforcement. Stop it.
I mean, I don't think Nine will listen anyway.
To be fair, we've seen
No.
what happens when you put mages in cages.
But
SI.
Oh yeah, we finally know that they're mages
yes.
because of the Abahari episode 3.
Mhm.
It only took 3 episodes.
Which, you know, as far as Vampire Chronicles go, is pretty damn fast.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, we're only. I don't think I have told this to the audience or they know about it, but the fact of the matter is, my seasons only last for 8 episodes.
A
And
number
they're-
that just keeps haunting us.
yeah. Totally is not relevant, but yeah, because I want this story to be a bit condensed in a way. It's supposed to be a slow burn. That's why it's a bit slow at first with this. Well, even this chronicle is a bit slow at first.
What, a whole 2 episodes are slow? That's it.
Yeah, 3 episodes now.
Yeah.
No, but the way it comes out, is quite slow for everyone else. It's like a month if you have to wait for like a certain point
True.
of view.
True.
Let me tell you, looking back on it, watching this one, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say that Camarilla episode 3 is a calm before the storm. comparatively speaking. Like I know we had
Yes.
chaos at the casino, but that is relative calm
Oh,
compared to
yeah.
what is
Check-
coming.
Check out the TikTok video. That is a glimpse of what's to come, even though you have no context about what's happening.
Everybody stock up on tissues. You don't want to be left empty-handed.
Yo.
Oh, that's just a warning. That's a warning shot, right, Adam?
That's
That episode 4 is a warning
very-
shot.
Let's not talk about shots.
After this show, yeah.
Oh, now I need to know.
Oof.
Oh goodness.
So I did hear a comment as well that the other two groups kind of played around for a little bit, but the elders in the Bahari just like game on, let's get shit done. I don't think that's right. I feel like we're fucking around a lot with like
No,
rituals and a garden and 9 and road trips to the empty riverbase.
You had to adopt
and
some dogs.
Yeah, adopt some
Yeah.
dogs.
Bad idiots. Hey, do not talk bad about Cerberus and Fluffy. I
They're
will
so
set them on you.
I'm just telling you, if you make Charlie kill a dog, he's gonna be so sad.
I need to make a note.
But yeah, we don't want a John Wick in our story.
That's a bad idea.
No.
killed
But-
my dog. I'm coming after you.
But I think the Bahari is just doing
Cocktail shit.
this is a word in my country which is tita, which is translated to auntie things, which is like just chilling, living life the fullest without children.
I feel like we would be practical witch. Oh, what is it? Practical Magic, that movie where we're just hanging out in a house, making margaritas at midnight, going out and dancing in the garden. Like it's a vibe.
You are cool mom
Um,
energy. Like you can, if you want to do a blood sacrifice, just do it in the house.
That's
Exactly.
Lorna right
Right.
there.
Exactly the vibe that I was thinking of when because Lorna's not the first character concept I came up with when I talked to Rena, and she's like, all right, cool, can you build an NPC? Because that's originally what I was going to be doing. And then like a week later, she's like, how do you feel about playing a Toreador who's the sire of another character who doesn't know it yet? And I'm like, oh, I could have a lot of fun with this. And like that's how Lorna started coming about, was thinking, what's a way that I can do this that's going to play off in a really interesting way with both my group and with the other groups, and is going to subvert expectations in some kind of fun ways. So I'm very glad that I'm this last episode finally had the chance to like start playing off that a little bit.
Painting nails while Alice and Mr. Winters are running some errands. Also,
Hard at work. Yeah,
there's a
well
YouTube
done.
comment that was like someone said like they were sad that we mentioned Bunnings but didn't mention the snags.
Well, unfortunately, we can't eat the snags if they were a little bit.
I
We?
more-
Who's
more
we?
less costly.
It's Mr. Winter's petty revenge is just to turn up with a bunch of Bunnings snags.
Got you awesome. Oh,
Slowly
my, I
eating them.
guess it's just all for me
It's
now.
just like, I haven't had one of these in decades. You can't.
I mean, Mr. Winters has been flexing the way that has been
Flexing
eating
my digestive
chips.
system.
Mr. Winters said, I mean, we haven't gone through the fact that Mr. Winters hasn't actually done his like bodily functions.
No,
Yeah,
we
he's
haven't.
Oh.
I'm sure he's
I
got a
do
spot
think
in the
it's
garden.
just gonna be
There's a
bit of
spot in the
snack
garden
that I have to
somewhere.
mention.
I'll get Cerberus and Fluffy to teach you how to dig a hole first.
I'd be careful peeing behind trees in that garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you're watering the Gimpy tree,
Don't slip. Got you.
I don't know. He's already done that once.
it's like when you're cooking with fresh chili and you need to either wear gloves or wash your hands before
Cannot
going
wipe
to the
the
bathroom,
eyes.
but like to the power of 10.
Oh dear.
Oh, Mr. Winter's
got a bit of a
also
taste
talking
for
to
it now.
Jeff.
Yes,
Jeff, my main man, Jeff.
God.
that conversation was glorious, and I have questions.
Yeah, I
So
have
many
vague, non-committal
questions.
answers.
That caught me off guard. I didn't expect Jeff to be called on, so I'm just like, oh, how do I go into Jeff mode?
And that's kind of part of why I did it. Sorry, Rena.
Damn it, Matt.
Well, hey, the Bahari group is supposed to be there for chaos, right? Well done,
Yeah.
Winters. Well done.
Well done. Don't worry. I'm ready.
Are you though?
Episode 5 and 6 will be recorded this month as well.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to SI. As I said, both of the episodes are similar in pacing, which is gonna be fun because I planned it out that there's gonna be a 3-part drop. That episode 7 is actually the climax of each season, with episode 8 just being what's changed.
Ooh.
Fallout is a word that comes to mind.
Oh yeah, the fallout as well.
Yes.
Sorry, my brain
don't
went
wanna
into a
set the world
very
on
different
fire.
area. It's like post-apocalyptic wasteland, vampires. I'm here for this. Yes.
Welcome to Zombieland by night.
Woo!
It's just going to be a janitor sweeping up broken glass.
I mean, Charlie's all about cardio, so ready for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, the words New Vegas by night are now living rent free in my head, and I cannot evict them.
Need to
Cue
make a
the-
note.
Cue the vaguely
New
40s
Vegas by
music.
night.
Oh my god, I'm such a huge fan of Fallout. I just got some artwork framed of Fallout actually. Wait, I'll show you.
Can we
I'm
have this
imagining- I am
conversation after the
imagining
We can
episode,
have
though?
it after.
The audience can't see.
The audience can't see. But yeah, with the Bahari, I don't know if you all notice that I do intros. I do give a little bit of
Please, Rena, tell me of your intros that I have totally not written down and highlighted in different colors, pertinent words and threads. Please go ahead.
Okay.
That's
With the Camarilla episode 3, what did I say?
When the great bird descends upon the land, calamity it brings upon the red sands.
That's actually helped. At least Matt helped me writing that down.
Oh, don't like blame me for this.
We will see what will happen the next episode. Wait, yeah, next episode, the calamity is coming.
Right.
Adam knows exactly what I'm talking
I'm
about.
just flashing back. That's all.
And then the SI was talking about truth. And then the Bahari episode was a reiteration of, you say the same sort of thing to start off each Bahari episode, talking about travels, and some of you have come a long way from home. But this one had a slightly different second half. But there is no rest for the wicked. Now a little reminder to everyone who is watching, death is not something you choose, it's something you earn.
I love that for Winters.
I like how everyone's assuming Winters is the one who's gonna die.
Panicking.
Panic intensifies.
I'm in danger.
But I'll leave that as a surprise for the players, for the Bahari players, because I did give Matt like a warning, like before this whole thing started, but then he forgot, which is convenient for me.
I mean, to be honest, I got a lot of warnings.
Yeah.
Which in particular thing are we talking about here?
All of them.
I'll just bring
Yes.
an umbrella just in case.
You need like one of those plastic raincoats a la American Psycho.
What? Have you got a little dog?
Oh, we got two.
Two big
I've got
ones.
two of them. They're not little though.
But yeah, those intros, I have a reason for saying that. It's
The
based.
storyteller has a reason for foreshadowing.
it's foreshadowing a lot of things, and I don't know if some people have already put it together. I know that Aston has been messaging me the fact that for Talon being an investigator, being a top investigator, he's not a very good investigator. At least the player is not.
Oh dear.
As he realizes all the things I've been dropping hints of after rewatching the episode.
I feel like that's going to be a joy to rewatch these episodes, because we will, after season 8, we will have seen what has arisen from our decisions, indecisions, action, inaction, and be able to go back from the very beginning and go, oh, that's what Rena meant. Oops.
Ooh. I made the executive decision to split the 3 mages up into one for each group. But there's a reason for that as well. I just did not expect the Second Inquisition to be a sociopathic group of people to take care of 7.
What do you mean? We are like the nicest
Could have given
group.
us the sweet baby, Rena, but no. Gave us 8.
I
You
see
ones
your
who
problems
needed a
with
baby
8 and
sitter,
raise
not
you a
baby or
9
mixed
who
kid.
doesn't listen.
I don't know. Which one would you prefer to have?
Oh no, I take 9 over the other 2 any day.
Right, and the cam already have
Seven.
their hands full with a baby who doesn't who's like doesn't know, well, know a lot more now. No,
Clearly, 7 needs our protection.
right.
Might be
You
nice,
want to be
let
babies.
Delilah take her mind off her own fledglingness by having someone who's even more lost in the world to look after.
Get the baby
That's
to
like
babysit.
positive emotional choice, right?
Well, without giving spoilers, there is an interaction in our next episode that you might enjoy.
Oh
Good.
yeah.
Oh.
Good. Good.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, damn it, 4-7. The only thing, like, I think I posted this on the Discord group for all my players, that there is a dynamic of the family dynamic that I personally love as Rena, which is like the silly, goofy, like older dad kind of person. And then there's the grade schooler that's just emotionally constipated, and I feel like that's just like Trist and Seven in general. Trist is just
Right.
like holding Seven, facing this evil creature of the darkness, making jokes about it. While Seven
Yeah.
is just like staring, like, okay.
I love seeing, I guess, the human side. I know that, well, do I know that Trist is a human? Maybe. I don't know. But I like
He's a
seeing the human
Spider-Man,
side.
apparently.
It's likely. Yeah, the human side as he's trying to shelter Seven from everything that they've probably caused, ?
Tristan 7 in universe would absolutely do a God of War family cosplay.
Oh my god, yes. Or, and this is my own personal headcanon because I am 100% a Bioshock nerd, Big Daddy and Little Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could go a Last of Us, Joel and Ellie.
Oh, I like it.
Joel doesn't even need to change his name. It's
No,
perfect.
perfect.
It's such that vibe. Like the much more positive version of the like gruff caretaker, like, just stick with me, kid, shut up kind of thing. But instead, he's just a goof.
Yep.
It might be a bit spoiler for episode 4 for the Second Inquisition, but the fact that Trist, you know, the egg sandwich that Dr. Yue had grabbed from the cafeteria.
That sandwich came up like 3 times.
Yep.
Always roll insight before eating the sandwich.
That sandwich is
bloody
gonna be
sandwich.
relevant later on.
Oh god.
Of course it
No,
is.
because it's like
Becomes a biochemical warfare weapon.
Oh my
No,
god.
I don't
no,
know,
no.
you had a
It's more
cafeteria egg
innocent.
sandwich?
It's more like the Second Inquisition did something bad, which Seven did not like, and Tris trying to stop this child from being traumatized. It's like, would you like a really cold, smashed up egg sandwich that rolled under the van?
Oh my god! Trista's the real monster! I knew it!
Hell is empty.
Why are you guys like this? Why can't you just go to like Macca's and buy like a Happy Meal like a
Because
real
half
person?
the story revolves around that goddamn Macca's.
And also because he's scared of the teens who hang out there.
He's right to fear them.
Winter's nose. Winter's nose.
To be fair, in Alice Springs, that Macca's is the only thing everyone revolves around.
Well, that's not entirely fair. There's the KFC as well.
Yeah, but it used to be, but then the KFC banned congregations, groups in there.
Oh my god.
Is serious?
Because the teenagers were trying to use it as their base.
Oh.
And fights were breaking out in there.
Oh
And
god.
that is also the same KFC that after I feel unhappy, depressed, and I feel like I just want to either yell or stab somebody, I was buying a box meal because KFC is the nearest thing to my place. A group of teenager girls just went to me, and I thought, oh yeah, they're gonna be bullying me, and all of them just went like, oh my god, I love your hair.
Oh, that is a
Aw.
feel-good
And
moment.
I'm like, oh.
So that was the one thing that stopped you from murdering somebody with a chicken wing.
Probably.
That's, if I recall my my law correctly, that's the same Alice Springs whose owner, that's the same KFC in Alice Springs whose owner tried to get it Michelin star rated and like flew all the way to France to
Yeah,
try
it's
and
like,
make it happen.
What?
yes, it's the best. Somebody rated it as the best KFC in all of Australia or something.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know what? You know what? Go follow your dreams, no matter how delusional they are.
But yes, that is, at least that's been the Bahari episode. We will be recording with Second Inquisition this coming Sunday, and the Bahari will be following right after. So it's gonna be this month. The players would know what's gonna happen, and maybe in the next recap episode, they have more to share and more to try not to spoil.
More trauma to die.
I have been like, there's been so much in the recap, because yeah, as we said, like the Bahari episode was basically just two conversations, but we only got partway through the second one. There's so much more, and so much more interesting and devious and satisfying Delilah moments to come in our episode 4. So I have been holding my absolute tongue to avoid spoiling it, because it was really, really fun to do those.
That bag wasn't even planned. The black bag. That's just a black canvas. Was it a tote bag somebody had?
It was
Yeah.
a tote bag. We had to
So-
hide the handle.
Yep. That's why when I was saying what had happened in the episode, I was like looking at my notes going, I'm sure more happened, because we also recorded those 2 episodes on the same day.
Yeah.
Hang on, where did we actually finish? This doesn't
They've-
seem complete.
Yeah. They're merged together in my brain.
Yeah.
Well, I changed my costume, so I remember by what I was wearing.
It
Oh,
was
yeah, we
mainly
did, didn't
because
we?
the sunrise was coming up, so
Mhm.
everyone had to cut their conversations short for they sleep, and the next day is where the chaos will start for episode 4.
Tell you
Yes.
what, a lot of business in this chronicle takes place between like 4:57 and 5 a.m.
Yeah,
But
And,
man, those
like,
beautiful 3 minutes.
Alice having like the panic moment of being like, we have to get out to the roadhouse. It's like, it's 4 hours drive.
Yeah.
And it's currently like 5 a.m. It's like, still kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
man, this is the thing that I think I should start telling you guys the story of the Sabbat supposed to be point of view of this whole story.
No, fuck them.
No, I mean not. But that's like really relevant because the Bahari are supposed to be congregating at some point, and one of the Sabbat is supposed to fuck up something with the roadhouse. And for a
Right.
lot of those people who doesn't know the Sabat point of view of the story, they're not from Australia. Most of them are not from Alice Springs, especially. So they're not familiar of how long it takes from Alice Springs to the Roadhouse, which is 4 hours. When I explained it to at least when I wrote it down, it's only an hour drive, and guess who's driving? The chaperone of the Sabat group is supposed to be 9.
Yeah.
I see how it is. That girl is grounded
For another
for
sounds like it's
real
for real
this
this time.
time.
Oh, bitch has been grounded. I think the word grounded has been thrown out so many times.
Look, Alice is not. She's not a good parent, but she's a caring parent. Okay.
Yeah. And 9 is just chaos.
Chaos.
incarnate.
She's just chaos.
Oh, I can't wait. I wish
I
that
love how having like just
Mhm.
that combination is just leading to absolute fucking wine mum moments.
God. I feel it in Alice's future. She's just going to sit on a porch somewhere with Lorna and just go, kids, eh? Like, what the hell? What are we going to do?
I mean,
We'll-
maybe you're
We'll
just
clink our blood boobers together and sip from the sides of our mouths.
I'm
maybe she's just
sad.
driving this about to replace that furniture they broke. You're just completely blowing it out of
Look,
proportion.
I was trying not to think about it, but thank you so much for bringing it up and the complex PTSD that I now have from every piece of my furniture. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's what I do.
Note to
Um,
self: Winters is the first to go.
And yet I'm still here.
Who
Woohoo!
just had an uphill bloody battle to not be the first to go?
I want
Yeah.
to say with my out loud voice that even though Alice throws a lot of shade at Winters, he is definitely on the list. Winters is on the list.
Now, which list? No.
Yes.
Ask me no questions, I shall tell you no lies.
So I assume there's at least a good and a bad list, and I'm guessing several others.
Alice does carry a book. Who knows what's in it? Maybe it's just
Just
full of
one?
lists. Just one. She carries one book with her.
In another timeline, at least in a slower paced version of this how would written book of especially with the Camarilla, I think the Camarilla would have enjoyed meeting with 9 more.
Oh yeah. She's a little hellion.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's my girl.
Also, Second Inquisition, I'm kind of sad that Mr. Talon and Dr. Yue did not get to meet 9 because Trist is moping inside a van.
Chris and 9 were the two spirits who were called to each other.
Yeah.
Poor Trist.
And Trist is trying to contact everyone by their earpiece. Like, guys, there's a note and then gets ignored. There's a note, gets ignored. There's a letter that we need to look at. Oh, poor Trist.
Poor Trist.
But yeah, any questions for the Bahari episode?
I mean, I have questions, but I
Yeah,
feel
I was
like
gonna
they're things
say.
that are going to be revealed later on.
I mean, you can ask, and then you can go back to this recap and go like,
When
"Oh,
is
shit,
Alice going to find out that it wasn't Maxie at the last stop? When? I have to play my character with knowledge that Melissa has. No, I have to play her without knowledge that Melissa has. And
Yeah.
it's very frustrating because I know I'm making poor decisions for me, but good ones for Alice. It's tough.
Oh, it's a stroke of genius, that outro.
The only question I've got is how long does it take Jeff to do a simple task? Come on,
It
Jeff.
does work for the
Seriously.
SI.
I mean, he did recently get like what, 6 PS5, 5 PS5s? 6, including Mr. Winters' PS5? Plus a party to go to?
Like, I don't know if people throw LAN parties anymore, but Jeff's ready.
Yeah. Will our audience even know what a LAN party is at this point?
Oh yeah.
Some of them are going to be our age.
So yeah.
Oh, they can Google, right?
Oh God, they'll
Yeah.
find the picture of the guy hanging from the ceiling.
Oh,
Oh my God,
yeah.
I saw that today.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Stop! I'm feeling old.
Oh,
But
glorious
yeah,
LAN parties.
oh, just to top it all off, I guess to close this episode 3 recap, we are nearing our, at least for the audience, we are nearing episode 4, which means the drama is about to ensue or start for most of the point of views. We will be at least announcing some stuff on Twitter. Follow Red Center VTM by the way. That's we have all the official links there. We're also having a website question mark.
Soon, very soon.
Soon, working in progress. But yeah, I know it's a slow burn, but and a lot of things might not make sense right now, but it will. I keep telling everyone that.
Look, what you've crafted so far is magnificent, and I can start to see things slotting in place.
I just hope that it actually lines up properly.
It will. You'll just have to railroad us. It'll be totally fine, Rena.
Lining up properly, just like a hammer on a nail.
Or
Oh,
heads
yeah.
against a bullet.
I mean, well, Adam knows, so I don't have to explain anything.
Yeah. I'll have questions about this Bahari episode after you've all seen the next Camarilla episode or two.
Yeah.
That's when I can
Uh-huh.
open my mouth.
Noted.
Oh. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys very much for at least joining us, and at least hearing the story. We've gotten a lot of support from the community, and we love that. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. Actually, we can at least address it on the next recap or address it on the comment section if needed.
100%. Thank you to everyone who's been watching and interacting and engaging. It's fabulous.
There might be
100%.
some, yeah, and there might be some terms that a lot of you are not familiar with, considering it's Australia. But yeah, at least we are happy that we are able to share some of our Australian culture to the rest of the world. Because everyone just thinks that Australians ride kangaroos.
Wait, we don't.
Okay, I'll take that out of Alice's back sheet then. Damn it.
No!
2 dogs and a kangaroo.
You don't want to try
Totally.
that even with celerity, trust me.
Yeah, no. Try it with the emu. Oh, yeah. Or cassowary. Oh, that's an idea.
Murder
Fun.
bird. Yes.
Fun. No, not just murder birds, murder dinosaurs.
Murder dinosaurs. I love cassowaries.
I love them.
They're great. That was
You're
completely
mute.
off topic.
Cassowary is a fantastic. Have you ever heard what a cassowary actually sounds like?
Yes, but I can't remember.
I
They had
only
them at the
looked up
Perth
the
Zoo.
video. I'll send it. I'll send it to you. But there's video and it is horrifying. Like not anything as simple as like a dinosaur growl or any shit like that. It is.
To be fair, we don't know what dinosaurs sound like.
we
I
can
feel,
get based
I
on like
mean-
skull shapes and stuff.
yeah, I don't know. Like cassowary, alligators are from the prehistoric era. Cassowaries
true.
as well as dinosaurs. I mean, chickens are supposed to
Basically,
be
the northern
dinosaurs.
territory is full of dinosaurs.
Yeah, Northern Territories is dinosaurs. I mean, are you unsurprised? Are you surprised at that? I don't know. I'm not. It's just like, oh, great, another deadly thing, and already deadly list of things.
More deadly than the teenagers.
Deadly. I don't know, man. I feel like the top of the pyramid is the teenagers.
Oh yeah. Gotta watch
Absolutely.
out for
Apex
them.
predator.
Yeah.
Damn kids on the lawn and shit.
Before I do close out everything, another PSA, and actually, like, I want to at least give awareness, spread awareness of the crimes that is happening in Alice Springs. Action for Alice is a Facebook page that is run by the community. It's been there since 2022 when the crimes have started spiking up. And now, until now, the government is not doing anything to actually help curb the crime that is happening, and people have died already. So I do hope that awareness can be shared around for this to be known. Alice is my home, always will be my home. That's where I grew as a person. And it is making me sad that my home is just being destroyed. But yes, on that really, really sad note, my name is Rina and I am the storyteller for Red Center by Night. Guys, we practiced this.
And okay, we'll same order.
Yes.
I am Adam, and I have been playing Charlie, our Banu Hakim, in the Camarilla.
I am Evie, and I've been playing Dr. Yue from the Second Inquisition.
I am Matt, and I've been playing Mr. Winters from the Bahari.
I am Melissa, and I've been playing Alice Barr from the Bahari.
And I'm Tara, and I've been playing Lorna, also from the Bahari.
This has been Outback by Night, episode 3 recap. We'll see you again next recap of the fallout. Or, well, not the fallout, the drama. The first pin drop.
It's going to be a while for all the fallout to hit.
Yeah. Anyway, bye.
Bye.
I'm so sorry.
2 seconds. We literally just parted ways.
Always split the coterie.
Yeah.
The coterie, baby. Oh, that's totally fine. And you would feel, that's 10. That's my. So I assign weapons according to numbers.
I can see, based on the instruction team, they look like they were from the.
Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Choco Trista's bullshit again. Really? That's how you negotiate?
I'm not good at
You're
it.
right. The prices keep getting higher.
Heads and shoulders, knees and little toes.
Oh my god.
No more willpower.
Yeah, no, that's that. Is Oh my god, that's so good. Well done.
The lily toes.
Okay.
Alright.
Filled with so much confidence.